Hate theater. Never been attracted. It's a bunch of crap, bullshit. You see it? What good is it? What is it? Entertainment? Full-grown adults mucking around, bearing their bare asses, laughing at something. Hee hee, ha ha. What smart person is going to act like that? It's fake. Stupid. Goofing off. Look at those foreheads, those huge arms and legs. You could plow a field with those. Put somebody like that on a tractor, he'll plow a good 10 hectares for you in one day, maybe more. And these women, you should have babies. Make borscht. The state will provide for you. That's being useful. Yeah, but what good comes from some painted up guy wiggling his ass on the stage? They're all vermin. Well, what more can I say? Vermin, scum of the earth, traitors. They feed out of my hand and bite the hand that feeds them. I fed them all with my left tit, and they, traitors. That's why there's no theater in villages. Villagers won't put up with that crap. Peasants, they're the earth. They're pure. You can't fool them. Villagers don't have any picture galleries either, because look how pretty it is out the window. You don't need pictures for that. Anyway, how can you call those things pictures? A kid could do that. Chagall, schmagall. $30 million, 40. Give them 100. A kid could still do it. We had apple trees out our windows and a meadow where the kolkhoz horses grazed. Now there's a noble animal. Now, I don't know why, but I've always been attracted to horses my whole life. They're quiet and they obey. They work until they drop, never ask for anything. Oh yeah, mares can be a bit feisty, but just give her a little crack on the head. She'll calm right down. Then put blinders on her and you can run her into fire or water. She's loyal, like a country should be. Workhorses, loyal. She'll eat from your hand, won't even lift an eye. Sometimes I even have dreams. Horses would make a good country. We'd find common ground, a few oats, a few whacks. She'd work for me, love me.
You can change everything, literally everything. You just need to want it and you can change everything for the better. That's my motto and my message. Let's say it's my epistle. Zing, 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 my message to the universe. I love sending messages to the universe because the universe answers. It is so cool. Lena, are you searching for cheerful positivity? Here you are, Lena. Here's all the positivity that you want. I'm from Grodno. Grodno is like the west of Belarus. It's kind of like Belarusian Europe. There were Poles there before the war. Our city used to be real pretty, but pretty old. Everything was Soviet and falling down. Now even Poles come and are knocked out by our city. We wanted to do it and we did. Take manicures, for instance. I used to do pearl, shied away from bright colors. Then I just went ahead and did it. White, red, white. Really pretty combination. White, red, white. Very fashionable. That's our national flag. That was my wedding manicure, by the way. You thought it was mine? Nah, I'm still freelancing. I'm accepting offers. Casting. Just kidding. It was my sister's wedding, Maria. It's okay for her. She's already 21. A very formidable lady. I'm so happy for her. Universe, you love us. It was planned for August 9th, a Sunday. Just a super day. Her guy is really cool, from Ukraine. Super tall, an athlete, runs every day. And he's good looking, of course. Match. I was kind of jealous. Ukrainians are so hot. Lvov is my hometown. I love everything about it. The Java and the chocolate. I feel completely at home going to the super trendy cafes in town. If only the whole world was like Lvov. For the wedding, I asked to be let off as an observer in the 9th voting precinct. I asked another girl to replace me. They didn't let us inside anyway. Because of coronavirus, they said. No observers allowed. Anybody else, sure, but not observers. So we just looked in from outside. True, they tape paper on the window. It's really funny. All the windows are normal, just the ones for the voting commission are taped up. It's really stupid. So we just counted the voters. How many went in, if they had white bracelets, that was a sign of change. So far, nothing adds up. We saw 30 people go in there, but they say there were 126. That's just stupid, a mistake. How can you fake things like that?
Bate wins it. Bate is champion. All the cities know it. Every house, all us hooligan fanatics will put the fear in you. What are you grinning at, sucker? Want to get a kick in the ass? Oops, my bad. Overdid that. The game is over. Well played all around. A real bonus for all the good black shirts. See this nose? Busted twice. And this scar here? That's from a Dynamo crowd whacking me with a flagpole. 13 stitches. Blood was everywhere. You should have seen us drink with them after. Bros, you guys are hardcore. I love you all. You gotta respect your opponent. You want to fight? Fight. But fight fair. Don't hit kids and leave the girls alone. Don't gang up 2 and 3 on 1. Don't call the cops. And the main thing, if you take one in the chops, don't bitch about it later. Beyond that, hit as hard as you want. Not like the mustache guy. I got no problem with someone showing off he's strong. But fight fair, asshole. Your fat face is always smeared all over the TV screen, and you're always making all your flunkies sing praises in your ear. Let somebody else have a chance. Then toss all the votes on the table. Here, all you freaks and Freemasons, count how many voted for me. Count them and shut up. I answer for every vote. But no, this rat comes slinking at you under the table, stabs you in the back. Anybody who's against him, anyone who raises his head, they all get prison terms. Everybody laughs. In 26 years, it's like not one single honest person ever opposed him. Nothing but thugs, thieves, and criminals. I'm fucking sick of him. Fucking sick, I tell you. 26 years. That's how long I've been alive. To the day. I have loved soccer my whole life, just as long as I have absolutely hated that bastard.
I used to binge Counter-Strike. Well, maybe not binge. I wasn't supposed to play for long, but I had my laptop under my blanket and play. Later, I stopped doing that. Counter-Strike, I mean. Later, I got hooked on Dota. Then Dad made them take my laptop away. Shit, the last fucking dictator in Europe. All the kids play it. It's no big deal. That's how it is. You want to be like them, like these guys? What's got in your head? Fuck, Dad, but everybody else can play. Then he starts up the same old tune. Young people were the real thing back in the old days. The Young Communist League, the student construction brigades, how they just loved marching lockstep, how they defended villages in Afghanistan, how he milked cows and drank steaming hot fresh milk. Ugh, can't stand that hot milk. It smells like a wet dog. I get instant diarrhea. These stories of his, I can't stand them anymore about the Soviet Union. I never lived there. I'm only 16. There was nothing interesting about it. There wasn't any internet, no smartphones, no tablets. There weren't even any decent movies. They did nothing but milk cows and binge drink vodka. I still play on computer though. I got a laptop from Vasya that I play on the sly, despite him. Vasya's my only friend. He'll be 32 soon. He can put out a rabbit's eye with a knife at a distance of 10 yards. He's badass. He's my bodyguard. Not even Sleepy knows about that. Sleepy is Larissa Nikolaeva. She makes sure I don't quit schoolwork. She takes me to school, picks me up. She's mean. And she's an informer. Sticks her nose in everywhere. I know she checks my phone, tells Dad everything. I have to show her my homework before I take it to school. She's the one that tells the teachers what grades I get. Fine teacher. Sleepy Larissa. I heard them talking once. Dad says, he needs a woman around all the time. like I miss my mother. You need to be his mother in some things, Larissa. How can somebody else be my mother? Sometimes I wonder, do I love him? I mean, I'm his son. It's my duty to love him. My duty. Everyone is bound by duty to him.
She's not a great lay. I mean, she tries, she squeals and thrusts, but it's not much. Now, the broads in Lugansk, they suck you dry. You'd come out soaking wet like out of a bathhouse. I'd have to cool it off with ice. They had lips like bicycle tires, like this. Oh, there was this Masha from Belarus. Oh, they're a little more reserved, like you're beholden to them. But she was pretty, you know, white teeth, kept herself neat. Oh, you can count on me. Everything's in working order now. There was a time when things were dicey. I'd get it up, and then I couldn't. In training, we had this doctor that was here already. He said it was nerves, but that was obvious to me. 2014 was a nervy year. A whole mix of things. I thought I was done for. 10 years or more of eating slop out of an aluminum bowl. For what? For defending the foundations of the state. For taking on the fascists. Thank God, the whole crew slipping through their fingers in little groups. To put it elegantly, got the fuck out of there. We had one hot platoon, beasts. Lyholka, Mushroom, Greenie, Pepper, Nitsko. Some of them ended up in Kemerovo, some in Vladikavkaz. A couple officers even made it to Moscow, and some of us ended up here, in Soviet Belarusia, Europe. Well, they have casinos here. It's clean. The pay is good. The girls, the place has an ideology. You know just what's good and what's bad. Black and white, as it should be. It's got its drawbacks, I already said about the girls. There was no time to schedule a wedding. August 9th. I took leave, but I felt it in my heart. There would be hell to pay. My guts were churning, and then, fuck it all, I lost my heart on. The only other time that happened, 2014 in Kiev. Everybody then was strutting around, talking tough. They were on their way out now. The Banderites were done for, washed up. You could pick them off one by one. Backup was flying in from Moscow. 10 platoons. Old Putin wasn't going to abandon his old friend Yanukovych. But I had a feeling the hammer was coming down, a different hell to pay. And now, here again. Not good. And I still have that fucking wedding night ahead of me.
You need lots of fat for good tasty meat patties, because if you use just red meat, they'll be dry. So here's what I do. I take ground beef and ground pork, and I always use a chunk of pork fat, let's say half a pound or so, or it can be lard. So you put all that through the meat grinder, add onions, garlic, spices, or you can use onion powder. You know, I haven't done it in a long time. So Yozha always loved my meat patties. He could eat 10, yeah, 10 at once. The kids could too. Sergey, sometimes he comes home from trips really angry. He films everything he sees, all the dirt, the confusion, the pain of being with people. And as a blogger, people always tell him the straight truth, as it is. And he says to me, how is this possible? This country is filled with lies. Everybody lies and lies and lies. The TV says one thing, but life is completely different. And then I serve him a plate of meat patties to get his mind off of things. And I often ask myself these days, I'll sit in front of the mirror and turn off my phone so people don't bug me. Otherwise, BBC, CNN, ours, and other channels all harass me all the time. And I comb my hair, it seems like forever, and I have just one question in my head. What will people do for love? And in the past, I would have said anything. And now I don't think so. Not just anything. Die? I mean, sometimes that might be the easiest thing to do. You die and you're gone. No more choices. The sacrifice is made. You gave your life, fulfilled your mission. But what if you want to live? But live for whom? For him? For yourself? Your country? The kids often ask when Dad will get out. Mom, you're the president now. Why don't you let him out? What am I supposed to answer? I'm president, and I have nothing. I'm in control of nothing, myself included.
I have 37 years of service behind me. 37 years. I have 5 certified awards from the Department of Education with gold seals, signed by 4 different ministers. One even sent my nomination for Teacher of the Year to the president, but something got hung up. It's all right. I don't lose faith because I know the president is thinking about us always. The president remembers all of us, the teachers, the milkmaids, the pensioners, everybody. Can you imagine what a head he must have to remember everyone like that? And what a head. Whenever I think about his head, I grab my own in my hands and I tell the students, why do you all hang out in these gadgets and Minecrafts of yours? That man is always thinking. He's always solving some problem. Nothing gets past him. So all you ingrates can live a better life. So there's stability. He gave you textbooks. He pays your salaries. He gives us work. Look at the building he's built, the flowers he planted. He put a Sputnik into space, everything, so you can study. And you have no conscience. No, but then he went and scheduled elections this summer. I mean, why did he do that? It's vacation time. Everybody's at the dacha. Tomatoes, watermelons, the dacha. And the whole weight of it was on us teachers. I don't support that. It would have been better to cancel them altogether. I mean, what a pain these elections are. Look who they bring us. Trump, Poroshenko. Without them, you know what the people want? The people always want one thing, stability. And what is stability? The boss, that's who. 26 years, that says it all. Every one of them stable, and may it stay that way. I have 4 more years till my pension starts. Our high school is a showcase among schools. The president only I do worry about the young teachers. What's in their heads? They fall for all that Western propaganda. How do we count the votes? I always tell them, whatever the country needs, that's what you do. Smarty pants, there are smarter ones above you. You want a job? Work. Go ahead, do your job as a teacher. But elections, though, that's our duty to stability. You save the government and they give you bonuses. At our school, I did everything that needed doing precisely as the results were planned, and everybody got their bonus. I don't like these observers, though. I mean, what are you trying to observe, huh? I have all the numbers up here in my head. You just rattle my nerves.
Oh, where do I talk? The camera. Oh, okay. Wait. Hello. I am Svetlana Tikhanovskaya, candidate for president. I am 37 years old. I was born in the Polumsky region. I graduated from the Philology Department of Moscow State Pedagogical University. I am fluent in Belarusian, Russian, and English. And I was never attracted to the idea of making a career. I always saw myself primarily as a wife and mother, a homemaker. That's what I do best. I was never interested in politics. I was perfectly happy with that. And a year ago, my husband, Sergei Tikhanovsky, created a project he called A Country for Life, in conjunction with which he met all kinds of people of all professions. They would tell him what worried them, what they were feeling, what they thought about Belarus. People talked about their difficult lives and shared dreams about life in a free, prosperous country. And what amazed me most of all was that people who appeared on our blog channel were being thrown into prison. Now, what is that all about? Can we possibly make peace with such injustice? That is why when my husband Sergei was not permitted to participate in the election, I chose to replace him and march all the way to victory. Did I stumble? No. I can't believe I'm saying this. All the way to victory for myself, my husband, for all of us, our children. As a wife and mother, I understand it's one for all and all for one in the family circle. And I want it to be like that in our country too. They say a woman can't be president. That is not true. Nobody can stop a woman who is defending her family, just as no one can stop a nation that demands justice.
Wouldn't you know it? God damn it, fucking bastards. I'm on duty the 9th. The 9th and the 10th and the 11th. All leaves canceled, all vacations, the whole 9 yards. I tell my commander, I'm getting married. We've been planning it for 2 months. He says, are you an idiot? I don't give a shit if you die. That's no excuse not to report for duty. Again, are you an idiot? He looks me right in the eye. Are you an idiot? I'm no idiot. I called Masha right away. The wedding is fucked, Masha, I say. Duty calls. Duty comes first, Masha. I called on the phone on purpose so I wouldn't have to listen to her scream and yell at me to my face. About her relatives coming in from Lida, about the restaurant her mother already paid for, about, are you a man or not? You promised. Fuck me if she doesn't understand the word duty to your country. Then what can I say? I serve Belarus. I serve Lukashenko. He's my commander-in-chief. In other words, whatever he says, we do. Our deputy political officer is an excellent guy. His every word burns. Bullseye. Death to the enemy. Poles, Ukrainians, Lithuanians are our enemies. The Russians aren't our enemies, but they want to snap us up, which means they're enemies, too. But brothers, too. But enemies, too. Stuff like that happens. But first, with the Russians alongside us, we'll bury our main enemies, those Western pricks, Yankees, and Maidan maniacs. We'll take care of the Ruskies afterwards. The boss won't let them get away with anything, even if he becomes a Russian governor. Oh, shit. Masha calling again. Hey. Oh, now, quit crying. I know you're pregnant, so what? We just put it off a little. We'll push these guys back. Make mincemeat of them. Yeah, I'll take care. You should see our outfits. 7 shipments from Moscow. Cherry stuff, impressive. If it weren't for the damned heat. You're in body armor, a helmet, a face mask, and shin guards too. How about that? A day or two of that, and we'll clean out the country. Impressive.
Dad? Daddy, what happened to the internet?
I'm doing an interview, Kolya. Dima Gordon is here from Ukraine. Pay no attention, Dmitri. You asked about my father. Yes, I think I saw my father once. He came home to us. I remember he came home. Vaguely remember it. The only thing my memory preserves. He was a very, very tall man. Well over 6.5 feet. The police put me on notice when I was in elementary school. We had this gang of school kids who used to turn over benches. You don't care about that.
If you don't turn on the internet, I'm not going to be president after you.
Jokester. Still a kid. What do you expect? He's the leader of the opposition in my house. I'll tell you something strange, Dana. Believe me, as an experienced president, you don't become a president. You're born a president.
Damn. Why did I have that manicure, hairdo, and hot wax? Why did I buy that dress? 367 rubles. That's 2 monthly stipends. The wedding is off. Roma has to work. Turns out Roma works for the riot police. Although he's Ukrainian. I thought he was just a policeman somewhere. You know, a street cop or a traffic cop. He's some riot trooper. So what, though? They'll get married in the new Belarus. That's even better. Look at all those people out there in line in their white bracelets. Universe! We are the majority!
Our commission is tried and true. There's me and 2 vice principals, Kristalina Sergeyeva and Lydia Mikhailova, the administrator, Igor Nikolaev, and teachers from the lower classes. Okay, everybody, listen here. I'm giving the instructions, so get this right. Here are the numbers to memorize. This is how the count will go. You take a ballot and you show it to the person on your right. Lydia is on my right. I show it to her and I put it in the pile. I know my pile must have 206 ballots, so I build it up to 206. Now, Kristalina is supposed to have 1,361, which will be President Lukashenko's pile. Memorize the numbers for each candidate and put that precise number in your pile. Everything left over is declared void and null, defective, and that's that. Miss Kasatanova, who cares where the numbers come from? The higher ups already did the count. Your 30-something brains just can't make it add up. Okay, here's what we memorize. Tikhanovskaya, 206. Don't write it down, just memorize it. 206. President Alexander Lukashenko, 1,361. Dmitriev, 52. Kanapatskaya, oh, God, I hate her face, 73. Cherichin, 39. Against all, 100. See how nice and even? 100 against everyone. You got that? Let me repeat it for the especially gifted among us.
I saw this in a film about zombies. These zombies took over the world, like here in Belarus. You take a magazine, as fat as you can get, and wrap it around your arm and tape it. Now you've got an arm shield. Go ahead, hit me with your truncheon. It's kind of awkward, but it's protection. He won't give up easy. He doesn't give a shit if he wins or loses elections. He won't give up power. He's got his teeth sunk in it. His teeth may be crumbling, but they still hang on. He's got nothing but power. His fingers are blue, his hands are shaking, but they hang on. He said he'd die before letting go, then turn power over to his son. Screw that shit. I don't know. Should I take my billy club or not? They might see it on me. Anyway, this revolution is supposed to be peaceful. People walking around with flashlights and flowers. They go around hugging the bastards, singing them songs. These girls are crazy. These guys have truncheons, grenades, combat weapons, blood in their eyes. They're protecting their Fuhrer. They don't give a rat's ass about your flowers. All the guys from our hood are coming out today. All the fanatics. They're all on our side. We're going to defend our votes. Bate is champion. All the cities know it. Every house. All us hooligan fanatics will put the fear in you.
It's all good now. They sent good backups. Very polite. I asked one, "Hey, what's your name?" He says, "Renat." "Last name?" "No," he smiles. "My last name stayed home." "So where were you, Renat, when we were dodging the bullets of the Banderite bandits during Maidan?" He laughs. White teeth. "Don't worry, bro," he says. "Breathe easy. The city will be ours tonight."
Masha, just don't worry. I have great news. She won. I counted the bracelets. 1,412 beautiful, marvelous white bracelets. And we only have a few more than 2,000 people in our precinct. Do you realize what that means? Masha, she won in a landslide. We will have a new Belarus and a woman president. I am so excited.
What idiot posted a recording of our rehearsal on the internet? Look me in the eye, Svetlana. You? Ketyanarina, did you do it? Kasatanova. Oh, Kasatanova, you think this is a joke? These are state secrets. You were entrusted to look after the interest of the state. You were given that trust, and you. Look what people are writing right here in YouTube. Judases will throw you in prison. Falsifiers. I mean, for 20 years, I was never a falsifier, and now all of a sudden, a falsifier. You broke the law. I have 4 years left in my pension, and I am not leaving the position of principal. And the president is right not to leave. You've got to hold to your position to the end. You earned it with spit and blood. All these ballots, self-indulgence and nothing more. Okay, put the numbers I gave you in the protocol. Hang them on the door and let everyone else go hang themselves. Riot police will get you all home.
What a pain this internet is. Damn, we never have any problems at the residence here. Damn, Dad! Why would you cut off the internet everywhere? All the games I play are online. Dota is frozen, Tanks is frozen. Dad says it's his enemies doing it, that Merkel's hackers are knocking us offline. Then I hear my brother give the command to knock out Telega with Chinese jammers. 100% down. I mean, the Telegram app. My brother is like my father's right-hand man. Dad gave him the security council. He doesn't trust anybody else. And he can't stand his servants. He says they're stupid and they screw everything up. But they're loyal. But you gotta keep on top of things. If you quit making things hard for them, they'll get comfy and eat you alive. He wants my brother to serve me when I'm president like a grand visor. I say, Dad, let's do it in order. First you, then Vitya, then me. For some reason, he got really angry.
Seryoja, do you hear me? Through the wall, my voice, can you hear me, Seryoja? Sergey, do you hear me? My love, we won, Seryoja. We won.
I want this stopped. And I'm asking you to spare no one. I want order in the country by morning.
Wait, yes, I have completely different numbers. None of this adds up. How can that be?
We are fucked.
I'm not going out there. No, I won't go out there. Look at that mob. They'll tear us apart. Banderites. What idiot put that video on the internet? Whichever one of you posted that, you can go out there yourself. I'm not going.
Take this woman home or not, she already shit herself from fear. She paints up the elections and then she cries she's splashed with paint. Stuff happens now, she's afraid of the voters.
Shame! Shame! Shame on you!
How could you write something like that when we all counted them? You all saw it. It's a lie.
Thank you, residents of Minsk, for tolerating me for a quarter century, a man who came to you from the provinces. Thank you, Vladimir Putin, for your victory. Congratulations. After all, our homeland is one and the same, from Brest to Vladivostok.
Throw Lukashenko in a prison van. Throw Lukashenko in a prison van. Go! Go! Go away!
I'll answer that. Put away your telephone. I'm not going to hit you yet. We'll deal with all you before long. We're not surrendering the country to you.
Let's grab this little lost sheep too. Stop, bitch! Stop! Oh, lively little fuck, aren't you? Twist her arms! You want to resist? Hit her in the face!
I'm an election observer.
Observe this, cow. Shut your trap. Into the prison van.
I can't move that fast. I'm in heels.
Here comes the Dynamo crew. And the guys from Partizan. Hey, guys! Fuck, man. Who gets who now?
Stupid idiot. An observer in a white dress and heels? Observer? Hell, you're a prostitute. Slut, you'll suck everyone's cock tonight. You got that? And if even one doesn't come, I'll personally stick this truncheon up your ass. You like it in the ass?
Hey, hands off the girls, you skull fucks!
We're not. There's kind of a lot of them. A whole lot. Toss them a grenade. Excellent. Now pop a few bullets in their guts. Now in the legs. The bellies. Give all the bastards a long recovery.
Good God, what is happening? It's war. He unleashed civil war. They're shooting point blank. You can't shoot at your own people. I call on the whole world to intervene and stop this unprecedented violence.
They were beating women. I mean girls. Women! Fuck all knows. That grenade has thick, nasty smoke. It stings. They just grabbed everybody, threw them on the ground and beat them. They mauled them a lot worse than our soccer fanatics ever fucked anybody up. They stomped bare women's legs with jackboots, stomachs with truncheons, faces with fists. They weren't just beating them. The girls are shouting and screaming, "Don't!" And they just keep on going. Then our guys join in a chain and begin.
It's all right. It's all right. It's okay. It passed in the past and it will pass now. They'll roughhouse for a while, then calm down. Teachers understand that. Everything will calm down. Mommy's home, child. Well, why do you look at me like that? Oh, my sweet girl, what's wrong?
Vasya gave me body armor. Why would I need that? Are we playing some game?
My nails are broken. White, red, white. My finger too, maybe. I can't move it. It hurts. Everything hurts. And that metal in my mouth. The taste of metal. Strange. I'm sitting in this prison van. There's a lot of us here. And I'm thinking how not to wrinkle my dress. It's an expensive dress. I'm sorry. I can't hear you. Who am I? Did you call me a runt? I can't hear you.
We freed 6 girls. 6! True, we lost a couple of guys. The bastards pulled them off of our chain and dragged them off. Men! Bate is with you! And that fat magazine works. They hit me as hard as they could. They would have shattered my bare arm to pieces, to say nothing of my head. But I gave one a good shot of construction foam in the face. Sent that fucker flying 6 feet. Then our guys showed up. 50 of them. Oh, gentlemen, they howled like they were at a Barcelona Real match. I went deaf. Did they ever unload on them? All we saw was the soles of their boots. I was able to give one a good whack on the ass. I thought he'd go down, but no, he just ran faster. Although they didn't run very far. They hid behind an armored personnel carrier. The boss ran tanks out on the streets. You should have seen those things. Straight out of Mad Max.
I didn't have you in my 40s for you to start teaching me. You think someone better will come along? They'll close all the factories. You'll have to pay for everything. I have 4 years to my pension, and I haven't been to the seashore in 15 years. You think we didn't live and don't want anyone else to. So be it.
Everybody. All of them into prison vans. If you run out of space, stick them in the gymnasiums. Take over the stadiums. Give them something to remember for the rest of their lives. Authority here doesn't waver.
Dad, what is freedom?
Bring on the bulls, freedom will come. Hey, you beasts, listen up. My name is Nikita Mickiewicz. Mickiewicz. Remember that name, because it's the name of someone who isn't afraid of you bastards. This is my country. Belarus is my country. This is my city. And this is me, Nikita Mickiewicz, apprentice metal worker. Fuck. I can't see a thing. There's blood everywhere. How many of you are there? Thousands? Where did you come from on my land? Who are you defending? Who? That cockroach? He's a nobody, a zero, a cockroach, a fat cockroach. Squash him with your heel, he'll crunch and squirt. Be done with him. He sets us all against each other, drowns the nation in blood and hate, pain. We don't want him anymore. You hear me? Beasts, we don't want him anymore.
That one's bought and paid for, that's for sure. By the Yankees or the Poles, an organizer on drugs. Fuckhead. That's obvious. Just like the political officer said. Yeah. Give me another tab of that stuff, Renat. Nice little high, and you want to beat and thrash and maul. I'm taking this guy down. They sent some excellent ammo, metallic-covered bullets. They rip through intestines. Flip a grenade under his feet. All these bastards are filming us on telephones.
Dad's had 2 planes already. He bought one from President Niyazov of Turkmenistan. He was Dad's friend. His own people poisoned him. Not too shabby inside. The internet is always good there, and the toilets are genuine gold. That one's at the international airport, the national airport. The other, the smaller one, is at the airbase. Sleepy came in out of breath, all in tears for some reason, eyes like headlights. She hugged me like she was my mother and said I should gather my things and be ready at any minute. What do I need my things for? We're going somewhere?
Someone's howling in my ear. You scum just couldn't sit home today. I put you all on the stake and send you to outer space so you could tell everyone out there about your stupid ass lives. Then the door of the prison van opens and something plops on the floor. Just drops. Like a chunk of meat. I feel something warm spurt on my knee. My dress too. My white dress that I bought for Masha's wedding. Now there's a swath of black on it. Then a grenade explodes and I see it's not black, it's red. And the piece of meat is a person. Weird. Something is taped to his arm. I thought it was a rag, but it's a magazine. Rolling Stone. Only it's all shredded and drenched in blood, like if a dog ripped it with its fangs. He lifts his eyes to me. One eye, I can't see the other one, and says, "I'm so sorry we didn't free you."
I'm so sorry we didn't free you.
Who's barking in there? Shut your trap, fucker!
You stepped on his arm, he's hurt.
Of course it hurts. Hurts like fuck. Why else would he shout like that? Thought he was so smart. Wrapped his arm to hide his weak spot, his little finger sticking out.
He's bleeding.
That's his eye socket bleeding. Brace yourself, kid. I'll shove my truncheon in it, or my cock, whatever you want. He's bleeding out. What more do you want?
What more do you want? Europe is full of beggars. Their economy crashed long ago. The only thing keeping Merkel propped up is Putin. But we are independent. And the only one defending our independence is our president. Our president even scared off coronavirus. Everybody's sick, but not Belarusians. 3 of our high school teachers died in May and June, none from coronavirus though. Each had ischemic heart disease, although they buried them in closed caskets.
He's Belarusian. You're Belarusian. Why?
I said to this idiot, who's Belarusian? Renat, you Belarusian? Me too. I'll show you, bitch, not to interrupt your elders. Then it got really bizarre. I grabbed this chick in white and heels by her bangs and lifted her up to spit in her face and choke her a little. And it was her. Fuck. I crapped my pants. Her. Masha's sister. Tiny little thing, smiling all the time, always cheerful. Hey, let's play charades. Have you heard the new song by Spleen? Back in Grodno, this new little cafe opened, just like in Lvov. She's the bridesmaid at my wedding. That didn't happen. It's her. Only her lip is cracked and she's covered in tears and snot. Fuck. What is she doing in this meat grinder?
It's scary. I'm scared.
And her eyes, frozen from fear.
Never in my life have I been so scared. His eyeballs are like 2 pieces of fiery coal filled with hate. There's nothing human in him. He stares. What's he staring at me for?
I'm so sorry we didn't free you.
Oh, thank God. Slavyansky Bazaar is on the tube. I can catch my breath. I mean, all my favorite entertainers, Stas Mikhailov, Galkin, Allegrova, Pavali. Everything's calming down then.
Thank you. Thank you, Trump, for coronavirus, for masks. I'm in a mask. She's staring right at me, but she doesn't recognize it's me. Even though we've been together 10 times at least. Just a little chick. Nice, slender neck, unlike her sister. Fragile, a little chick. If I squeeze her fingers, they'll crumble. Should I fuck her today? Tell the truth. She's just what I was looking for before the wedding. Slender, nice, shapely lily legs, white skin, very soft. Oh, I'll admit it. When we went to the aqua park once and she sort of playfully humped her sister, I got a hard on. Masha thought it was for her. Why not? Why not? I've got a hard on now, so. Oh, this shit's ending. We won.
The TV will announce the results. Okay, let's see now. TV reports everything just as our commission had it. To a T, 81%. We did him proud. We didn't let him down. I'm safe until my pension now, plus a bonus of 2 months' pay. Otherwise, we might as well just be some lousy Polish province. Oh, the president's going to speak. A sight for sore eyes.
Friends, I call on you not so much to defend me, although that too. First, I know you have much to do at home. You've got the harvest. I know school starts soon. Most important, I remember the 1990s. People everywhere standing in line, workers with tin dishes and teapots begging for food, begging to feed their children.
I am grateful to all the factory workers, students, and office workers who have gone on strike. Strike committees are forming all over the country.
Back then, I swore to help you and never let street demonstrations mar the lives of Belarusians.
Where do we take them? Where do we take them all? Got it. Listen up, guys, new orders. Not taking anyone anywhere, just fuck them all up. Anything that moves. The KGB and Financial Crimes Unit will take care of the leaders.
We destroyed everything God gave us. Our huge, great empire without which no problem in the world would have been solved. We received just a bloody chunk of this empire. But what did those people want then? What did you want?
Internet. I want my internet. Dad, when will the internet come back? I'm hot in this armored jacket. My head itches in this helmet. Ooh. Telegram is back up. Do you even know what's going on, Dad? It looks like a revolution out there. Next to St. Minsk is rebelling.
I came to the head of the Central Elections Committee to lodge complaint. They let no one else come in, only me. She has a very large office. A leather sofa stands by a window. And there were two, I had seen their faces many times on television, either the head of the KGB or the Internal Security Forces or the State Security Committee, two of them. Be seated, Mrs. Tikhanovskaya. They offered me tea, and then the following conversation. So there is an opinion that you won the first round of elections. We fear for your life. And you have a 4-year-old daughter and a 10-year-old son. My, how did we miss them skipping out of Belarus in such a timely fashion? So now you won't be together to record a statement conceding that you lost the election. And we won't be able to put your children up in an orphanage. I was silent. They alone spoke. Blood was pulsing through me right here in front of my ears. Thump, 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 thump. You leave us very few choices, said one of them. And the other leaned over and said with a smile, so, Mrs. Tikhanovskaya, we will give you a piece of paper. There, in a statement on it, that you will read into a camera. Then you will publish the recording as if it were yours. After you have done that, we will deport you to Lithuania. And should you refuse, we will perform a unilateral orchiectomy on your husband, Mr. Sergei Tikhanovsky, whom we currently hold in prison. Do you know what that is? No? Let me explain. It is the surgical removal of the right testicle. We will preserve it in a jar of alcohol for you. And I thought it was daytime, but it was suddenly dark. I said something into the camera, I don't remember what, that I had lost, that everybody should go home, that I conceded. And I spoke in the dark. Light returned only when I heard a quiet voice say, "Good morning," in Lithuanian.
A phone call woke me up. I was having such a good dream right out of the movie Spring on River Street. I was back in the Soviet Union. Ice cream cost 28 kopecks. Sausage cost a ruble 30. Brezhnev was there. Huh. Oh. My sister in Borisov called. She said her son is missing. Nikita. He's a metal worker. Good kid, an athlete. A little wild, maybe. She called and said he left home 2 days ago, and there's been no news since. She called all the hospitals, all the police stations. He was nowhere to be found. She couldn't stop crying. Svetlana's son disappeared too. And Vera Nikolaev's. She's from school number 39. Well, I I said they had no business being out on the street at a time like this. My daughter, Alina, she sits home and reads books. She keeps out of trouble. Alina? Alina? Where are you, sweetheart? Alina!
Let's destroy the prison walls. If you want freedom, take it all. The walls will crumble, burn, and fall, and bury the old guard once and for all.
We sat the whole night, hunched over, kneeling on the floor of the school gym, our faces to the floor. Our hands were tied with construction ties. The guys were hung on tethers and beaten every hour. I've never heard such howling. High squeals almost passing into ultrasound. The girls were constantly threatened with rape. They wouldn't let you go to the toilet. Then you just peed where they were and a pool of blood and urine grew on the floor. It smelled really bad. But there was a child's drawing of the sun on the wall, and somebody had written, Vasa loves Olya, and they drew a heart. Vasya loves Olya. There is love even in all this horror.
He turned out to be tough. Took 2 rubber bullets in the gut, intestines inside out, and the guy sings like it's a holiday. As if it's his wedding, not...
Let's destroy the prison walls. If you want freedom, take it all. The walls will crumble, burn, and fall, and bury the old guard once and for all.
Sleepy Larissa saw me looking at Telegram on my phone and reported it. Snitch. Now everybody's screaming and yelling again. Why are you watching that? It's Nexta. Those pictures are propaganda for the West. Nobody's beating or torturing anybody. Who's gonna punish the special forces? Touch just one of them, the whole system will cave in. The system is a monolith. Then that old song and dance about people being ungrateful. I took you all in when you had nothing, wearing peasant boots, blah, blah, blah. I fed you, I led you into the world, and now you all have iPhones. As though he invented iPhone. Steve Jobs did that in America. And in Belarus, the iPhone's not much more than a brick in your hand, because the internet's always being knocked offline. Thought he would hit me. I could see it in his eyes. He wanted me to punch me in the nose. I cried.
We crushed his fingers, turned his back and ass purple with truncheons, beat his foot soles to a pulp, and I gave him a good jab between the butt cheeks with my club. I promised him I would. That's the way it is with us. Guy says he'll do it, he does it. So nobody else gets any bright ideas. He'll need the experience in prison anyway. We're helping him out, educating the dick brains. They don't learn, though. Fuck, Masha calling again 10 times today. Yes, Masha, honey. I'm at work. I said I'm at work. I can't talk.
Let's destroy the prison walls. If you want freedom, take it all. The walls will crumble, burn, and fall, and bury the old guard once and for all.
Thank you.
No, I thank you. You're pretty. That's a pretty dress. You're fucking amazing. Really.
Hey, shut the fuck up! Goddamn billing and cooing! Shit, not talking to you, sweetie. No, honey, Masha. It's just some asshole listening to the TV too loud. It's okay, honey. Don't worry, we'll find her. Maybe your sister's visiting a friend. Or lost her phone. She's a bit dizzy, your sister.
There was something wrong about that stormtrooper who held me by the neck. He came up to me a couple of times, and I just shut down. I thought he'd hit me or something worse. It was like I was sending signals to the universe. Sweet universe, protect me. He'd stand there and look, like he wanted to say something. Then he'd turn and go off and start bludgeoning the guys.
won't answer her phone. Damn. She takes after her father. He had to do everything his own way. She does too. Where's my damn Valium? You shouldn't do things your own way. I mean, 1, 2, 3, 4. Do what they say. Clench your teeth. Do what they say. And that's it. Well, all right. Let her run free for a while. Teachers understand that.
He didn't even want me to be born. When he found out Mom was pregnant, he would beat her within an inch of her life. She was all black and blue. He demanded she get an abortion. He shouted, "Are you trying to earn the Belarusian throne with your cunt?" A nurse at the state medical hospital where my mother works told me that. But Mom kept me. Now I'm with him. His heir. Where's my mother? Mom, get me out of here.
So should I bump her or not? Kinda awkward about Masha. What do I tell her? We took your little sister out for a game of hide the sausage. That hard on, man. Gotta change the subject.
He beat Nikita harder than the rest. The guy from the prison van with the hole in his stomach. He whispered me his name. Nikita. Metal worker. Bate. Very nice guy. He wasn't understanding much anymore. He had no idea what was going on. I think he was in shock from the pain. We shouted that he needed an ambulance, but the policeman only laughed. And he sang. It was probably all he could do. Sang the same song over and over, over and over. Meanwhile, outside, new prison vans were coming up all the time.
Let's destroy the prison walls. If you want freedom, take it all. The walls will crumble, burn, and fall, and bury the old guard once and for all.
Mom always said family is sacred, though. Let somebody else do her. Idiot. She knew where I work. Her sister told her Roma works for the country. What are you provoking me for, bitch? Oh, there's cameras everywhere. Yeah, whatever. I'll let Big John take a walk somewhere else tonight. Look at those new chicks they brought in. Hey, what are you shouting about? Who's your mother? The head of the election committee. Excellent. She stood up a fine stew. Fucking screwed my wedding. My wedding night. You'll pay me back for that. What's the girl's name? Alina? Renat, let's take Alina in for an interrogation, a good lively one.
I heard you law enforcement officials were rather severe, rather zealous on the streets. But did you start the violence that I started? The authorities? They had to be stopped. These fascist thugs, insurgents, and their puppeteers.
Mother says he's sick in the head, that we should pity him. But why doesn't he pity anyone? He knew about those old women dying from coronavirus by the thousands, and he knows everything going on now. My friend Vasya says it's because of my father's fears. He's afraid. He's been for a long time. He's very afraid of dying. Lately, he talks about death all the time, about being carried out feet first and right to the grave. I think he thinks he'll be murdered.
I never saw them again, neither Nikita nor that creepy stormtrooper.
What if I never see him again? What if they do what they threatened to do? What if the KGB tortures him? What good is all of this if Seryozha is gone?
I think I figured it out. No. It can't be. No. Impossible. Can't wrap my head around that. He's the father of Masha's future baby. She loves him so... No, of course not. That simply can't be.
Fascist thugs, insurgents, and their puppeteers. The main thing is the puppeteer.
They took us up to the prison at Okrestino, and when they opened the cell door, I didn't think such a thing was possible. In cells made for 4, there are already 23 girls, and they brought in 13 more of us. 36 people in 65 square feet. There was no air, no water, no food either. We all could only stand. They put 2 alcoholics in with us, and they stunk to high heaven. At one point, the door opened and a guard splashed a bucket of dirty water over us, then shut the door. 2 girls had panic attacks and vomited. I was next to them. And they stuck in some food through a hole in the door. 1 loaf of bread for everyone. You know, the most amazing thing was that there was enough for everyone. Even a little piece left over. We gave it to the alcoholics, who had interrupted her calm life with our revolution.
What do you mean you don't know? Then who does? Who's on call here, you or me? Call your superior. What do you mean he's busy? Do you know who I am? Yes, I taught all you dimwits for 3 years. 37. I fixed your elections. I'm the one who faked 80% for the mustache man. I never feared anyone. Whatever you asked me to do, I faked. And now you can't find my daughter? What the hell did I do all that for? So you could be rude to me? I'll complain to the president. Hello? Oh, my daughter, my sweet daughter. Forgive your mother. Oh, forgive me.
Belarusians, you are unbelievable.
If you do win your first president, that will be the beginning of your end.
Belarus will run out of champagne when he goes.
NATO wants to send soldiers. NATO tanks are going to roll down our streets.
You say they're sending in 2 more battalions from Moscow? Huh. How about we double up and attack Ukraine, too, to the music of Wagner?
They want to put bast shoes on us and crack the whips over you.
Bring on the bulls, payback will come.
Starting Monday, lock the gates at every striking factory. Now, don't worry, we'll bring in people from Ukraine and Kyrgyzia. That damn theater! Fire them all! Villages don't have theaters, cities don't need them.
Dad, they've come really close this time.
Grab your machine gun and get in the helicopter. We'll come back when they leave.
There's a lot of them, a whole lot. They're shouting freedom, freedom, freedom. Dad, you still didn't tell me what freedom means.
So how much do they pay you in Russia, Renat? I used to think I'd settle down here. It's calm, stable, none of that Western gay rope shit. It has casinos. The broads are obliging. And now I get this feeling they're just not going to stop. I can feel it in my bone. I haven't had a hard-on for days. We've been fucking with these people for a month, and they just don't stop. At some point, they're going to start pulling off our masks.
No need to take off your mask. I know who you are.
Dad, I packed my things. I've got my machine gun. Who do we shoot?
Rats! prostitutes, drug addicts, sheep, cannon fodder. You'll be on your knees yet begging me to come back. How could they trade me for that dumb cluck, that housewife, a woman, pathetic thing? If that's how it is, I'll die. But I still won't go. And if I do go, I'll take as much and as many with me as I can. If you don't want Lukashenko, you'll get Putin.
The wedding is off.
What will a person do for love and for hate?
It's easy, kid. You aim it at a person, a traitor, any traitor, you give him a good look, and you squeeze the trigger. Pop! Traitor's gone. Easy, son. I learned to do it. You can too.
I don't want your pension. I don't want your job. Take back your certificates and your stability and your flower gardens. Take it all back. Just give me my daughter, Alina. She has a weak heart. She has asthma. Give her back. And my nephew, Nikita. My sister has hypertension. I won't survive if she... Just give them back. Give back our children.
Belarusians, thank you for the choice you made. You are unbelievable.
Well, Renat, I can feel it. I can feel it in my bones. No, when we go back to Putin, we won't fuck that one up.
When absolutely everything hurts. It seems like nothing hurts. The feeling wasn't of blood seeping out of a wound. It just seeped out everywhere. Your skin bleeds as if you were sweating. Because battles like this happen once in 100 years. I mean, the battle between good and evil, in the sense that everything is totally clear. I understood immediately that my life was over. And I understood instantly that they would cover up my murder. They'd cremate me in a crematorium, list me as missing, or bury me in a forest, or hang me as if I committed suicide. Fuck them, though. It won't help. Belarusians are a unique people. They'll put up with stuff forever, for decades, sometimes a whole life, and then snap! Their patience pops. Belarusians have been insulted, and you can't defeat that kind of insult. Just like you can't defeat Bate!
After all those nights in the prison van, the gym, and the prison, my dress looked nothing like what I had brought it for the price of 2 monthly stipends. It's dirty, tattered, red and white rag. The blood stain has darkened, and it's covered by brown spots of vomit. Still, it's the most fabulous dress in the world. I wouldn't exchange it for anything. Here we are standing in this cramped cell, and what marvelous people there are around me. They're all so polite and smart. Microbiologists, teachers, musicians, actors, students. The woman who crawled into the prison van after her son and husband. People snatched off the streets all these days. Priests, journalists, students, miners and workers, attorneys and doctors. These are the best people on earth. Belarusians. There is a new, true Belarus here in the cell, and we all feel the love. You can't defeat love. Isn't that so, universe?
Hello. My name is Svetlana. I am a housewife, the mother of 2 children. I am the president-elect of Belarus. What are you willing to do for love?
всі, що близько світло, і запалювали свічки, был понад площадью дым. І он співав, зруйнує турму, яни співали за їм.